What's that?
Every ex-girlfriend.
Every ex-girlfriend. It's like, no, honey, it's you. It's not me. Does that make sense? Kinda? Sorta?
So maybe some of the students, you could pair them off and they could do that all simultaneously.
Yeah. So let me see if I can get this to play. This is actually funny.
No way to get him to forgive us.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Steve? Hello? If you two are happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm fine.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm fine. Totally fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine. Joe?
Well, I guess Joey went home. Oh, and look, there's still one box that I have to unpack. Oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack.
Oh. Let's put aside the fact that you accidentally picked up my grandmother's ring and you accidentally proposed to Rachel.
When people do this, I don't really know what that means. I'm sorry.
So it's a lot longer if you find it online. It's actually, but we had to shorten it. So when you do these, keep in mind that all of this, so don't tell them that you'll be noticing all this and go, okay, what about sarcastic behavior? What about tones, pitches, like when you're on the phone? How does that convey? And then you can show them this.
Do you tell them or don't tell them?
Don't tell them about the video yet. Just do it, and then in your prompts you ask them like, well, what is it? You know, what was your? Oh wait, this one. Sorry. Like when you were on the phone call, like was your voice neutral, no sarcasm, negativity? How did you express yourself? And I don't know why I shrunk this. Yeah. Okay. And then show them, and you can snap back to this and go, how would that change your answers? You could also do an emotion charades, act out an emotion, but if any activity already took a long time, you don't have to do this. This is basically to get them to kind of practice, right? Like, that's the whole point. I mean, art of conversation, we gotta practice. This one is the no rules. The rules are no words or sounds, only facial expression and body language. Like, that's why that friend video is kind of cool, because like their over exaggerated expressions kind of convey even before the words pop out.
It goes a little fast though. And my kids, I mean, my oldest has seen Friends, but I don't think they know any of my younger ones. Don't know the characters or.
I was worried about them being able to
There's not a lot of captions.
You can pause it. You can pause the video.
Or read it out loud.
Or read it out loud. Sure.
right. We have the context. We've all seen Friends.
Yeah.
But
And we
he doesn't
know
know
the
that
characters.
Joey's dating the girlfriend that lost
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
So social media, we do want to say the if you're worried your online message could be misunderstood, then stop. Don't send it. Like, you don't have to respond. I call these text messages like smoke signals. Like, literally, it seems like you sent out a smoke signal and then you're waiting for the return smoke signal, and they sit there, and there's rules about you left me on sent. You left me on red. Did you know that?
No.
These kids, if they text, you know how when I text you, if I have the settings right, it'll tell you whether I read the post or not.
It'll say red or you
And
won't know.
yeah, so if you sent me a text and I opened it and I read it, and you got the script that said she read it, but then I didn't answer it, and then depending on how many minutes have elapsed since I read it and that I didn't answer you, that means we're not friends anymore.
You took too long.
I took too long. There's rules about this. I bet you the kids could tell you. I know. I can't even. So, rule of the thumb is conflict, better to speak face to face. Is it positive? Send it. Is it angry, hurt? Cool off, don't go online. In fact, take your damn device and put it so far away that you're not tempted to open it. I can't even tell you how many rants that the child has had to walk back before she figured out.
Or some adults need to be told.
Yeah, that too. But,
I also heard on the radio that Abraham Lincoln had something that he called, I think they were called hot letters, when he would get really upset, he would write a letter to that person and then put it in a file drawer.
yeah.
Because he got it out.
Right,
And
but it never sent it.
It never
Someone was
sent it.
suggesting that a certain person in our government may want to do that with Twitter.
Like,
Have a fake, seriously, like set up a fake Twitter account and you're tweeting, but no.
Right.
But the same concept with these kids.
Yes.
I mean, I remember.
That whole cabinet board used it.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
know, where do we start?
Writing it, like, I don't know, I've written emails and not sent them on
Yeah.
purpose. Like, I need to get this out, but then I'm gonna like,
Right.
I think I'll
say
wait
that in the
sleep
morning.
on it,
Yeah.
and then read it again.
Yeah.
Sleep on it,
Yeah.
you know, before you.
Yeah.
really
I wouldn't
send
even,
it.
don't even put it in a real email though. Put it in a note because if you accidentally hit send, you know
Right.
how that
Yeah, yeah,
happens
yeah.
No, but I
sometimes,
think
you
that's
elbow it,
a
and then you go,
valuable,
uh-oh,
like,
I wasn't
you know,
Yeah.
type it up in your notes and then
Yeah,
get
type
it
it
in the
in your
morning
notes.
and see if
Yeah.
you still feel that way. You
Right.
know?
So that all of that comes under the social media, and I think what is the thing here is ouch. It said, dude, are you throwing stones at my window? What do you have a phone for? Oh, okay, sorry, you're right. Did you just throw your phone at my window?
What does that mean?
You know, if to get somebody's attention, the old way was to throw pebbles at a window. So, old school versus new school is not
Yeah,
quite
my kids.
meeting it, but yeah, if you have to explain it, some might get it, some may not get it. It's okay. For us adults, it was like, but that's just for us. But the point being that there was an old way of doing things and there's a new way of doing things, and sometimes the two will not go hand in hand, and just understand that. And social media is such a part, and then Snapchat has just upped it even more. So, hey, our children are on that bus to Yosemite, right? Guess who's keeping their streaks alive? 6 kids handed their phone or passwords to another friend. Streaks in Snapchat are, I took a photo of something stupid and I sent it to you.
And you have to do it.
Then you have to send it back to me.
once a
Then
day.
once a
and
day.
then on a
Within
streak.
24 hours.
So, 6 phones, 6 accounts this child is keeping alive while the friends are snowshoeing and God knows what else. So I told that poor girl's mom, and I said, your child is babysitting 6 pets. And she goes, what? Like, she's babysitting 6 pets. She has to feed it once a day. Well, when's she gonna do 6 pets? What do you mean 6 pets? I'm like, Snapchat streaks. You're like, what? It's like feeding a pet. 6 pets. She goes, we will talk about the time management bit with her. Okay, good. Yeah, thanks. Or you could let my child's streak die and that'd be okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the 4 that you can let die now. But yeah, this child took on this responsibility to keep a Snapchat streak alive. 6 of them. On the bus as we were saying goodbye. And there's that. So definitely this last bit. If you're in a conflict, if you're angry, face-to-face is always better. If you can't do face-to-face alone, take an upstander with you. Your adults are your upstanders, your teachers are your upstanders, your counselors are your upstanders. They will support you in this.
Or, and if you receive, I mean, this has happened to me, you receive a text that's mean, pick up the phone, call that person, do the
Yeah. What did you mean by this? Yeah.
It's always better.
Yeah.
And I think also another rule of thumb is if it's complicated, call.
Call.
Because that means you go back and forth and so that was my New Year's resolution, was call more, text
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
That's my texts were turning into Mongo text. Well, it's the left one by the drawer, and I thought we could do this and that. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
And that was the other thing too that I have, or I had, and I haven't been paying attention now because she's in 8th grade and I have a 3rd grader now. And if your text is longer than an inch, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to stop because that's just getting into a thing, and the thing ain't gonna resolve itself. So. And starting a conversation is not easy. It takes courage, it takes confidence, takes a positive attitude to approach a stranger and start talking. Verbal, non-verbal cues are important, and social media is even harder. And there will be kids that go, it's easy, I know what I'm doing. Really? Tell me that all
No,
your...
you can just say, tell me, have you ever run into a problem on social
Yeah.
media with your parent?
Yeah.
Everyone has, right?
So it's not easy.
It's not.
We don't get it easily. I'm pretty sure they don't get it easily. It's, again, it's a lot of words in this one as well. But like I said, these are guideposts that we're putting in the back of their brains. It's not so much, and I mean, each of these points, like I said, you could write thesis on it. You could go on and on and on about any one of these points and have a wonderful lesson too. But this is just move through, make sure they understand, bottom line being positive interactions is what we're looking for. The negative, conflict-ridden ones are probably where your nonverbal and verbal cues didn't match up. And you mean online, you mean in person. That's just your reputation that you're kind of putting out there. So, questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I just think that this whole, it's a new world. I mean, this is so different than anything we ever grew up with or experienced. So of course we're gonna figure it out as we go. We're gonna make mistakes, make new rules. I love what helps me so much is remembering that humans are meaning-making machines. So there's what we said, or there's what happened, and there's what we make it mean.
Yeah.
So I like, that's something I really want to plan to give to the kids.
Yeah.
And it requires you to pause to go, oh wait.
Why did I do that?
Hear,
Yeah.
or what I really read, or what did I make it mean, especially when it's texting.
Oh yeah.
You hear all kinds of tones that they might not even be there.
Right.
I like the idea of having the kids even define what conversation is,
Sure.
because I would guess most people say when people talk together or talking to each other, but truthfully, the other half of your action is the listening, and we don't
Yes.
focus enough on the
Right.
listening. And I think kind of
Yeah.
planting that
That
seed.
definitely
early.
makes a conversation successful.
True.
Is if
Yeah, you could say
The
speech
listener.
versus conversation. Like if you're making a speech in front of 20 million, then yes, you have a captive audience. But conversation requires
Right, just
that
really,
give and take.
there are really two
give and take.
action verb